Welcome, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, to the Final Fantasy Randomizer 2025 Duckling Boot Camp Week 1 Race 101. We got the Night Seed, the Fighter Seed. My name is Thavian Hawk. With me today is Luffy DD with our restreamer / tracker Mechlin and our tracker Prime Giganaut. Luffy, what have we got going on with this parties and blurstings?
So, some fun stuff going on here, Thavian. Thanks for having me. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. If you look at the right side of the screen there, between Theonar and Franklin, you got a handy-dandy little chart that shows them fighters pretty strong. We got some legendary weapons on the fighter, which is really good. So, we got some incentives we'll talk about in a minute, but that fighter's going to be able to swing anything they want. We have the Thief and the Black Belt up there, but there's not going to be any of them. We're not taking them with us. They're just there to look pretty. Across the mages, though, plus 10 luck for the Red Mage is halfway decent. That can maybe add to a little bit of run chance. Plus 20 on the White Mage, fine. It's a White Mage. And then Doom Magic on the Black Mage is pretty good. It's not too bad. But that legendary weapons on the fighter, that's the real prize here.
Yeah, most definitely, given we have the weapon scaled 0 to +7 for this flag set. So we could find something like a randomly high katana, and all of a sudden that's a fighter wielding a massive katana. The Masa or the X-Cal, or the Vorpal maybe even, for weirdness.
Maybe even, yeah. Incentivized gears is the Masa, the X-Cal, so we'll probably find one, if not both. Really depends on how many turn-ins we're going to do. This is kind of like your basic 101, like Davian said. So we're going to learn how to play the fighter tonight, and we're going to try to learn it good. And that's kind of what this is about, just teaching you, you being the runners out there, what it is to use the basic melee class that we have here at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community.
As far as what we're going to see when we get going, we've got pretty standard flags for our locations and incentives. The Ice Cave, Ordeals, Marsh Cave, Titan's Trove is incentivized. We also have Earth Cave, Sea Shrine, and Sky Palace, all vanilla. So pre-rod lock for that Earth Cave, might have to see that. No crazy locked picking or key nonsense in C. Once they get there, they'll have access to it. We have the Canaria locked and Cardia Isle, so there will be an item that is for sure floater locked in Cardia.
Could be, chances are, probably going to be a piece of gear, because we got the two weapons. We have the Power Staff, which is your Ruse Stick, and a Ribbon, which is always welcome. So with 4 pieces of gear out there, chances are that Cardia one, because it's floater lock, is not going to be necessary, but, I mean, you never know. We could just get an early floater, and then all bets are off.
Always comes down to how the proxies, or how everything routes out. We're going to get a quick look at Black Magic here. We saw Lit 2 hold Warp and Sleep.
Yeah.
Oxyale for sale,
Ooh.
36k it looked like. So
it's
not,
expensive.
3600.
Okay, that was just 36,000 in that Canaria store. That would have scared me.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually in the flags. It blocks that. And we have the Masa +2 spotted. I missed what the hint giver said where it was, though. That was a hint for the Masa.
Hint givers are on. We'll see if somebody else checks it. Hopefully, please. Maybe chat caught that, too.
We saw Wall, we saw Warp, we saw Hold. Or
Lit 2. Not your best array of magic. Wall and Ruse are not bad at level 1. But they're not great. Armor kind of leaves us lacking a little bit as well.
Usually like to see some iron armor or chain armor rolled up well for that fighter.
Scimitar +3 is pretty good.
Totally solid weaponry. See a shield and some gloves. And we got two runners went straight for Garland with Mr. Scruffy Ninja and Theanor. Whereas Siberian Bull is going after some chests. We saw a quick kill on Garland for both our 2 runners there at the top. Not talking to the hint bats just yet, if at all. We have the early canoe from the king. That is a lot of options. And the rod. I do not believe we have the river to Melmond, but that is access to the Earth Shrine. Access to Kill Lich. We need all 4 orbs.
Gerwolves and Gerpy imps look like they got frost and stone stuff, so This early game's coming with some. That's a nasty little pack right there.
You know, I can't even blame that on being a Danny seed because that's so out of character for her seed standards.
I know. It's still nasty, but we'll see.
Scrappy Ninja Tuna and Thanor lockstep up into that encounter. The slight differences in step routing, and Quadex Ogres.
And Cremate. Okay, this is fun. This is fine.
This is proving to be challenging. But this is where our runners start to take advantage of overworld save manipulation. You save and you soft reset. It skips the encounter that you just encountered, continues on the progression of the step route. Or if you hard reset, it will bring you back to the first step in the encounter table. You can bypass encounters and get a nice clean run like you saw Thanor get from the bridge all the way to Provoca without having to take another encounter.
Alright, let's see what Bicky the pirate has. We got some Lit 2s. Should be enough to sweep the field. These runners are kind of getting a feel for what it's like to not have a thief right now with the lack of being able to run at will. So, welcome to the Stone Age.
Yes, lack of luck is very annoying. TNT, so that's a turn-in item. We've got many options.
Yeah, it's okay.
You've got TNT, which gives you towards dwarves, but you also have the canoe, and we do have the river river linking the ice cave and the volcano river systems, I believe. So you can go all the way to Crescent. You can make the cheeky dive into ice as well. With warp early, it's not untenable, but it's still really risky.
It's risky, but I mean, Lit 2, Fade at level 2 will help a lot, though. That will instill a little bit of confidence in us. Yeah, Life and Heal 3 also. Woo, let's go.
That was a Womp hint. Yeah, the runners with the 2 casters, the red and white mage, to be able to use that Fade and Life are going to much enjoy it.
Yep.
That life would be learnable by the night post-promotion, so even if you have the legendary swords, you may be incentivized to promote to get access to better gear in the form of armor and that magic. And hey, Scruffy Ninja Tuna is taking the risky play. Ice, baby.
I like it. They have a party of 4. They got 2 Fade casters, 2 Warp casters, a Stabby Stab up there to take a punch or 2. Divergence at less than 5 minutes. You love to see it.
Lock, Dark, Stop, and Slow 2 at Black 2. Nothing special. Love to see Lock, because it can be very handy, especially if you don't find fast or just have to really handle low crit chances.
Alright, let's see how abrasive this ice cave is going to be. I haven't got a whole good feel for the encounter table yet, but getting through the first floor with only 1 encounter feels good.
Gets away from the Frosty. Then we're actually going back to Toph to pick up chests that they skipped. Meanwhile, Franklin going towards dwarves, gonna do the TNT turn-in. And there's the Brack and all that jazz from the Grimps.
Yep, there it is. So that's a nasty pack right there.
Well, if it gets rid of all those Grimps and Imps, that's a lot of experience on that one standing Black Mage, level 7. But only has 2 softs to go with to try and bring up the party.
You may be onto something there, fellas. And I would like to have the money to buy that Oxyel before I left, and that heal stick might just give us what we're looking for.
And that was the crystal out of the TNT, so right back to the right. Gonna see what the crystal turns into. Hopefully the crystal turns into the TNT so we get the run back again. But that's just me being hopeful in my weird way.
What a terrible bunch of Grimps we got going on. Goodness. Okay.
And with heat snakes.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Cold-blooded, but they bring their own fire.
All right, a little trick here for you new players. It's a little warp trick that was not available in the vanilla game because you couldn't get warp till after you were going to go to Ice Cave, and routing favors Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna so far. You got to really like to see that quite a bit.
Also, getting that ice or the fire shield +6, that is promotion unlocked, meaning you can immediately throw it on the fighter and have excellent armor and protection.
Oh yeah.
So the adamant picked up out of Ice Cave. The crystal, I missed what that turned into. Was that the ox? No, the oxyl was for sale.
TNT to the crystal and missed it.
We missed it.
Missed it.
We will see it eventually.
We'll see it. Our tracker's doing the best they can, but as you can tell, with 8 sets of eyes on this, it can still be a little much for all of us.
It could be the crown, it could be the herb, or we could just be going towards Marsh because, well, unlike the tournament we just got done with, Marsh is incentivized, and we see Theanor in Marsh right now.
So very sad, Marsh Cave. It is the crown. Okay. Gold bracelet +7 there in the greed check on Marsh too. I love to check that chest. I have found ribbons in that chest before. I will always check it and pay off there for Theanor. You love to see that.
Yep, there's promotion if wanted out that crown turn in. The tail has been acquired from Astos.
Very nice.
Now, the big thing there isn't so much the tail is available, it's that tail represents 5% more golden experience. Every one of these incentive items they get cranks up the golden experience they get per fight. So the more of these early quest chain items they get out of the way, the more they will gain experience in gold and just get stronger faster. That gold bracelet's worth 16k in Crescent, so big find in value as well as in protection.
Theanor picking up about 5,500 XP out of a chest in there. We do have that. Shout out to the conversion here. 20% of our chests are transferred from gold into experience, so it kind of rewards opening a few more boxes than you normally would because, I mean, there might just be literally a level in a box for you, which is always welcome.
Scruffy Ninja Tuda picking up the canal from the old men. That just means the boat gets you out of the inner sea, but we also saw a quick stop at level 6 black and found Quake, Quad X Fire 2, and Nuke.
Gotta really like Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna's routing here too. That canal tells me that our ship is probably going to be right there in Marsh Cave, and routing favors Ninja Tuna right now. And we're even feeling as bold as to go to Volcano. I mean, let's go.
Proxy play, you've got a good elemental shield for protection, you've got reasonable gear, and you're highly likely to find better gear in Volcano with the armory and the Agama floor being so chest dense.
Yep.
Plus multiple charges of warp to be able to skip out, just like we saw him do with the ice dive.
Yeah,
so
more
if he
XP
finds something
here.
he can save and go away.
Yeah, getting a couple levels here. That Thor hammer is kind of cute. Free lit 2 is always nice, though.
Franklin picking up the ship, gonna clear out another chest and then get the heck out, as Theanor also heading towards Elfland, probably gonna check magic, and hey, finds cremate ogres.
Yep, cremate ogres with Quad X too. Yay.
Well, that's one way to fade them rather than just avoiding them in the first place.
Not a whole lot there in the armory of note. But, you know, gear's gear.
Warhammer's nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
Don't get the thief that has the improved Thor hammer, which is kind of meh, but oh well. Brack and Saber. Level 3 black magic, not special. We do not have the improved level 1 magic, though, so...
Right.
Interesting, Siberian Bull is actually in Marsh Top and picked up that gold bracelet.
Then the link chest, yep. Harm 4, level 4. So White Mage is pretty strong here for the most part.
Ship hint, that's so valuable. And Fire 3, Lock 2. So Black 4 actually gives a good, better sweeper.
Yeah, better. Still not great, but definitely better.
Well, you have 2 functional sweepers in your Black caster now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Siberian Bull experiencing the reality as a marsh. Marsh sucks.
Yeah, Marsh is just—it's a terrible place. You know, there's just all kinds of random undead packs here that can have any number of layered garbage throughout their entire script. That this place just terrifies me always.
Scruffy Ninja picking up an Opal Armor +2. Would have loved the bracelet, but that Armor +2 is solid promotion armor. Can move the gold bracelet to one of the casters.
Seeing as how we already found that tail as well, they're very likely to run into that, and that Opal +2 is going to be a nice piece of endgame armor for that knight.
Otherwise, still not much coming out of Volcano. The Opal Armor and the Thor Hammer.
A little dry so far here, but we are getting a few levels though as we go. There's been at least 4 or 5 boxes that had some XP in it, so there's that.
Lit 2 Mux.
Oh, hey, there's that Opal. Oh, that paid off.
That is a power bunk. That is Saber on a gauntlet. It's not only good, it's also equipable armor, and I believe it's better than that silver armor that's our gauntlets are in use.
I believe it is as well.
Actually, no. It's 8
Oh, it is.
9.
Okay.
Close.
That makes me feel a little bit better here about Kelly. You know, 2 Fade Casters plus the Saber Bonk. If we can survive a hit or 2, we can get this done. Kelly has a tendency to turn people away, though.
She has a very large number of arms and swords in those hands.
Huh. That's a tile as we pause on it. These are valuable charges, though, so I feel you, but I'm curious.
Especially using the Fade charge.
Yeah, we're saving the ones on the Red Mage, though. Okay, maybe we just take this fight once. It's a nice fight, but it's
a Pro K +7. So.
Alright, pays off.
Oof. The Wizhag has lit, and Gersharks do bite pretty hard, so.
Yeah. This is where we wish we had that Thor Hammer on the White Mage. Ooh, Ruse on the Wizhag. That's cute.
Wizhags are trolls. Confirmed.
Ooh, Catclaw +7, Mechlin says in a shop. Very nice.
I love me some Catclaw, especially since that's equipable on that fighter because of the legendary weapons, is it not?
It is not a legendary weapon, no.
Oh, it should be.
Yeah, that one's still promo locked, unfortunately.
It should also be usable as a dual wielded with the dagger dual wielding. Canal Hint, kind of late in Melman. So far, only 1 hint has actually been relevant. And that was the Masa hint that I forgot where it pointed to.
Budgemano in chat thinks it was Sky, so I'm gonna lean toward Budge. Is probably right.
Sky provides.
It always does, for the most part.
As Scruffy Ninja Tuna is on his way into the carry fight, Franklin is in to Earth.
Okay.
As the Rod, proximity play. The only other option you could think of at this point would be the Ordeals play.
Alright, here we go. Bonks, Fade. Look to. We'll see. We have. Alright, that's a good first action right there. The fact that I hit the Red Mage is pretty good. They're going to get the Fade off. White Mage is going to get the Fade off. This is probably fine.
Kind of telling when you have the Power Bonk instead of just using the Gauntlet and going pure cast. But we don't have high rolls on these Fiends. So carry, she can go down pretty quick with a few slashes and gas. There you go.
Yeah, scaling on these bosses is 70% to 150%, which will be an average of about vanilla. So considering we had the 2 fade casters, the power bonk, if we could just get like 2-3 fades off there, we were probably good, and we were.
That is 1 orb lit, our first orb on stream, 16 minutes 30 seconds or so. I should point out, we do not just have these 4 runners on stream, we have many more. I believe we've got 12 runners in this race tonight. Not just ducklings, we have several other runners, including Saracen, one of our contributing controllers for the duckling program. Of course, Chanigan, Woo Bear, several of our big tournament runners and winners.
Fry Teeth out there too. Rubes, Windfox making an appearance. We got a full crew tonight. This is really great to see. First race of the Duck Boot Camp can always be a little intimidating to kind of put yourself out there. So this is exciting. Good stuff.
Not only can you compare your time with the runners that you know are good running the same seed, you can also get like tips and tricks and. Don't forget, we will be doing some reviews, VOD reviews throughout this event. Runners will get their races critiqued, commentated, and coached.
Yeah, those are fun. I enjoy doing those.
Invis 2, Fog 2 at level 6 white. We didn't see that before.
Huh, okay.
Blue thingamabob's gone, and there's a key coming out of Earth. Earth pays big. That's access to a bunch of chests, including the Canaria incentive.
Alright. Scruff Ninja Tuna heading over to Marsh Cave, gonna get their ship and then pick up the pieces that everybody else had already gone through. Still like their routing quite a bit here. They've gone through as you can see, Ice Cave, which Theonar's in right now. They've already got their Orblit from Volcano. They got some decent stuff from Volcano. We'll see how things go, but I like that routing so far.
They're also carrying more levels because they run through Ice and Volcano, especially. We also see Franklin going through passing up on, it looks like, the armory, or went through the armory and then warped back out in Earth. Scruffy Ninja's armor looking all that much better, picking up that gold bracelet out of Marsh.
Yes, fellas, and that is true. Some of the veteran runners are out there running solo fighter just for the memes because, why not have a little bit of fun?
So far, from what we've seen of what this fighter post-promotion can have, having access to Fade as a sweeper, having access to Wall, obviously you want to get a ribbon, you're going to get yourself the lamp as a possible cure for blindness.
And they got Ruse also at level 1. So this fighter's pretty kitted out.
I would say you have access to life, but if you're solo running, you can't really cast life on yourself. It's not like it was in Dragon Ball Super where Goku just sent up his life force, let Hit kill him, and then he came back to life. It doesn't work that way.
Ooh, something took down Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna's party. It might have been them Gurrimps that tend to be everywhere right here.
Does have the Black Mage up though with the warp charges, so we'll be able to get out.
Okay. Slimes with toxic.
6 charges at level 1.
Yuck. Thank you, Giga. That is equally terrifying.
You slimy. I am very hoping that Scruff Ninja 2 to save before running towards Elfland, because we know what's in that area, cremating ogres with Quad X.
I think they did. I hope so.
Meanwhile, Franklin's going to be our first runner to pick up what's in the Canaria Treasury. So used to seeing X chest. There's Dragon Armor +1. That's a bit more valuable than that Opal.
Oh, very nice. Mas Tequila, everybody.
That gives us access to both Titans and Sarda, and with Titans incentivized, there will be a chest in the 4-pack in Titans that has an item.
Yeah, it's all starting to come together. Let me just check. So, okay, we do not have Northern Docks on, so chances are one of those two is going to be our floater, unless the seed is forcing us to go to ordeals, which it might also be doing.
True. We also have not seen what the adamant turns into.
Ah, good point. Good point.
I assume that's where Scruffing Ninja Tuna is going to right now.
I think so. They got the adamant and the TNT to turn in, so double time here. Quick little shout out right here for Siberian Bull. As you can see, they have Mega Man sprites. Very, very cool. But let's just give a quick rundown here. Shout out to Giga also for taking the time to put these color schemes in the chat for us to let us denote what is what. So in slot 1, the blue on blue is a fighter, clearly. But we figured we'd point that out. Blue on white is a white mage. So slot 3 is a white mage. Orange and red is a red mage there in slot 2. And orange and white is black mage. So the party composition, fighter, red, white, black in that order.
Normally, when we have alternate sprites like that, we recommend or request that the runners put the name be the character type, just for clarification. But having that key given to us, Giganaut, thank you very much.
Yeah.
We did just see the adamant turned into the bottle. And Siberian Bull actually took a few vanilla eye tile shots.
Yeah. And Agama tile as well there on an ice cave. So all the good spike tiles are there.
Franklin interacting with the slow cremate quad X and damage poison.
Yuck.
Gonna give us our look at what is in Titans. Gets the floater out of Sarda. Nope, the floater was in Titans. Okay.
Yeah, Sarda had the chime, I think.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's halfway into Sky, and that is access to a way to get there.
Yep. So I'm thinking we're going to be running into Cube. Feels like it's probably in Cardia, because we're going to need something else to open up another part of the dungeon here, unless, because we have our Oxyel. I still haven't found any gear, too. There's actually quite a bit still out there, now that I'm thinking about it.
Indeed they do. They've got access to sea. They've got access to waterfall. We have the bottle turn in. We know comes off that adamant, but Franklin doesn't have the adamant. But we'll be able to get to ice a lot easier. And we're now going on to the carry fight as Scruffy Ninja Tuna makes their way through Earth.
See if they stop off for some of these greed checks here. There was something good, I think, right next to the vampire here. That's right, Fellison.
Franklin taking the ordeals before floater pickup play, using the river dock. I don't dislike this play.
Yeah, I mean, why not? We got level 1 warp. We're going to probably have to come here anyway based off of what we're still missing. So why not?
It was the key coming out of Earth, so big grab for Scruffy Ninja Tuna.
I really like their routing so far. This is really coming together. They didn't even turn in that crystal yet, so they're going to be able to hit both of those areas now, get their crown, go and turn that in, get their tail, walk right into that floater. So this is working out quite well.
Theanor clears out carry as Siberian Bull makes their way into Volcano. And get your pillar chat, or pillar in chat. We know it doesn't seem to be 1, or was it 1? It was 1! Didn't even use that many warp charges, just brute forced it.
Yep, that was a really quick ordeals. Oh, Vorpal pick up there for Siberian and Volcano there.
Well, if it rolls up, it's a solid weapon compared to anything we've seen otherwise.
Yeah, +2.
You can boost your damage output, but crit makes a difference.
Alright, Lich. the scourge of the underworld, the violent undead who will stop you in your tracks, the terrible fiend of the earth cave who stands there and by.
Crumbles
Yes,
away.
crumbles. Ooh, rune +6, that is very nice, Mechlin.
Ordeal's paying out, but
It
Ordeal's
does.
is also full of sorcerers, and thankfully, they don't have instant death touch, which, for anyone who saw the tournament earlier, really didn't like seeing.
Yeah, they were, they were scary. There's a lot of clenching going on walking through Ordeals.
One of the unsung values of that red mage is it can swing the default elemental sword, so a fire or an ice sword can be used as a melee option instead of using up charges. So Franklin with that ice sword on the red mage and the rune on the fighter picks up the Cuge and has access to all dungeons.
Okay, so missing the loot now. That's just about it.
We have yet to see what the bottle turns into, and we obviously have the herb and the slab to pick up.
This has been too nice. We've seen some nasty scripts out there, but this is... we haven't run into that, dud item yet. This is being too kind. I'm a little worried.
Everything in balance. We just have to see what truly balances it. And interesting that Mr. Looked like Scruffy Ninja 2 almost picked up the steel armor. I was like, what's going on?
+3 steel armor. I mean, that's not bad.
And they are.
Okay.
They just cleared their inventory to make room, and they're gonna... Yep, drop the power bonk in place of the steel gauntlets and be happy there. Or iron gauntlets.
Yeah, the steel armor, it is a tremendous evasion penalty, but, we don't care if we're not going to get hurt through it, so it's fine.
We play the paladin. We are a tank with white magic. Already got the dragon armor in the inventory. Franklin actually in the sky going to promote as we get the crown for Scruffy Ninja Tuna, which will turn into the tail.
Yeah, promo's good here.
Runners all over the map, all doing different things, but we'll all end up in the same place in the end in Topher.
It's my favorite part of the randomizer games. You can see 4 different runners here of all skill varieties doing all kinds of different things for an hour, and then we all converge in the same spot. It's a beautiful thing. It never ceases to amaze me.
Franklin checking different. Yeah, it's not marsh, it is the forest one that has the incentive item, if I remember correctly.
It is correct, yeah. But I mean, still like a piece or two of gear. We haven't found a ribbon yet, so I mean, 30 minutes in the air. I'm okay with this.
There we go. I believe it's in the bottom left chest room in the top right corner. And defense sword loose.
Okay.
There is a ruse item and a wear sword +5. The rune +6 though, a lot better.
This feels like an X-Cal. What's in here? Ha! I play this game too much.
Called it, you did indeed.
There's your in-game weapon.
And promoted the red wizard can now use the rune sword. So job done there. Scruffy Ninja Tuna about to get the floater and the chime. Now, if you get the floater here, there is some justification to just go and get the airship and then come back to Sarda later.
Yep.
That
is technically faster. Yep. It is technically faster to do that.
Looks like Mr. Scruffy Ninja Tuna is going to go for the Sarda check, though. Meanwhile, Thanor in Earth and Franklin are first runner to touch the Onrak continent into Waterfall.
I think these Gerwolves have frost. I'd be a little wary of this. Maybe not. Maybe it was still the Gurmps.
No, something in the Mummy Pack has Stinger. That's annoying.
God, Undead are just the worst.
Burn it with fire.
Yeah.
Interesting. Siberian Bull actually going after the red D chest. We did not see this for many of our other runners on stream. Looks like the Asher chest in Earth had a Pro Cape. That's the second Pro Cape found for Thanor. Universal Shield Armor for the casters, and a Bane Sword +6 in the red D chest. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
I think they'll take it. Siberian's got some pretty good levels, too. 18, 19 across the board right there. That's pretty strong.
Obviously, Siberian will not accrue levels of spells until promoting and getting to the first odd level. So any higher levels he gets, the harder it is going to start accruing those spell charges.
I like to have the number 13 or 14 in my head for my 2 melee, whether it be a ninja or a fighter, to try to, like, I don't know, stall there if I can, knowing that promotion's imminent. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but, like, you know, to Thavian's point, you really start gaining those charges at level 15 upon promotion. So if you can roll in there at level 14, that very next level you gain is your first spell charge, which is ideal.
And Mr. Robot has the slab, sending us to Melmond and then to Lefane.
Yeah,
so the only other chain item we've got missing is the herb.
Yeah, this is going to be
we'll find the loot.
Fetch chain into the loot here. I feel like that that X-Cal and Cardia was, I think, a bad omen of the route that this is about to turn into here.
Well, the Masa is in Sky. That leaves Lefane and C. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, we still got the ribbon and the power bonk out there, or the roost staff out there as well. So, you know, there's still other gear. It's not guaranteed we're not going to run into that loot soon, but it's just feeling more and more likely the way that these items have come.
Thanor looting the Canaria treasury, gonna pick up that cereal in their case, Ruby. Okay. Makes sense that a gemstone would be in the treasury.
Yeah, makes sense.
Meanwhile, Scruffy Ninja Tuna and Ordeals picking up the Ice Sword and the Rune Sword. Happy to find those nice swingy stabby machines of doom.
Yeah. Thanar also, they got that key out of Earth Cave and then they warped out. They didn't finish Earth Cave, so they will have to go back through.
Interesting play, that.
Yeah, I think maybe we were just kind of like afraid of what was in front of us or our lack of spell charges. I mean, you know, you gamble. You try to make choices here. Sometimes they're correct, sometimes they aren't. You know, we'll see what happens here.
We definitely see that play in Volcano, especially when we had the shard hunts or an all loose, where you get that early dive for gear and shards, and then just don't feel safe going after a carry. Not so often with Lich, but I'd rather see, as you say, better safe than sorry for a loss of time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of garbage with things that would be an Earth Cave, or, you know, things that in the early game here, like a lot of Frost and Quad X and Cremate. Like, that was not a safe Earth Cave, so I get it. It feels bad, but it wasn't safe.
Scruffy Ninja Tuna into the Sky is going to guide to turn in that bottle.
Ooh.
Also checking level 7 magic, finds Temper and Lit 3.
Alright, loose ribbon there in Mermaids.
Thank you, Carbonating Bubbles.
I appreciate that.
Bubble Soda Co. always appreciates it, and everyone must do it for hate.
Yep. Mermaids gotta go.
Cure 4 at level 8. Gotta hate it.
Silly. Fast as well, level 8, you know, just for the reasons why not.
There's our loot from the bottle. So the
Okay.
slab is our incentive ribbon.
Yeah.
Or the root stick, and the herb is the alternate, whichever that isn't.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah, this has been really great routing by Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna.
And it looks like the herb came out of a sea shrine.
Mm-hmm. Forpal does wish it could be that katana, that's true. Oh, wrong eye tile.
We know the eye tile is vanilla, which is hilarious, but we're never going to see it again. That's for sure. This isn't a black belt seed. You're not expecting to stand there and just grind a tile.
Yeah. The only way you're going to see that black belt again is if you run this seed on your own and you're taking the time to do it. You know, it was nice to see. Never again. Back into... Okay, now we're purchasing that temper. Okay, good.
Has the money, buys Lit 3 just because.
Yeah.
Siberian Bull picking up some level 5 magic.
Exit Cure 3.
I don't dislike it.
Exit
is value. Saves some menuing in charge.
Zap if we're in a pinch there is nice to see, but we're gonna... Ooh, Thunder Lobsters.
I prefer my lobsters with rock. You use the rock on the lobster, gets the job done.
Yep, this is true.
The idea of crossbreeding lobsters and electric eels just disturbs me. It's crazy enough that you can get crustaceans that have pinchers that move so fast they create cavitation, which causes flashes of light and can shatter things.
This is true. What a fantastic animal that is. Mantis shrimp.
Mantis shrimp? That's the pistol shrimp.
Both. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yep, same thing. Different name.
Kraken has Blaze.
Yeah, we got Brack. We got more Brack.
Brack and the Kraken?
There
Brack
we go.
and the Kraken.
Very nice. Borkin into pizza. Love to see it. Scruff Ninja Tuna into Sky, too. Here we go.
You know, Theanor going Ordeals, and Franklin getting back into the air. Probably going to go Sky or Volcano after this. Actually, might chase down that herb turn-in.
It might do. It's still looking for that loot. So they got the bottle turn-in was from the adamant that we need to go to Ice Cave for.
And choose to translate the slab before going elsewhere.
That's
makes
fine.
sense.
It also makes sense to me.
You got.
Definitely, yeah.
Find some rings for sale.
We could buy those if we wanted. They were pretty cheap, too.
Scruffy Ninja 2 about to possibly get a Masa.
That is an awesome poison function there for Siberian with the Mega Man sliding. I love it. That's really cool.
Max roll Masa +7. Come on.
Okay. That's pretty good, too.
I'll take that over the X-Cal, honestly.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd take the Katana +7 over all of them, most likely, but I mean, weapons galore. Magnificent.
Raw criticality.
Yeah, how very, very magnificent. This was absolutely a double fighter seed, which is hilarious.
Looks like Franklin proximity playing the Volcano clear, gonna leave Sky for last check.
Yeah, makes sense.
Understandable.
This is a, a 53-second dungeon if you go mode it.
Yep, and this is definitely a not gonna bother checking extra chest situation.
Yeah, I can actually count this one day. I feel like I say that so confidently, like, oh, this is a 53-second dungeon. I really need to know.
Scruffing into two to breaking the brain, going right down.
Okay.
It's a choice.
It's backwards, but it's, it's a choice.
Just because you can buffer the up after going into the transition. I mean, Warmech, pay for it.
Let's do it.
Warmech fight.
Here we go. Okay, so we're going to nuke. We're going to fade. We're going to fade. And we're going to swing. 3 for 317. Fade for 99. Another fade for 87. Fade doing fade things. Big punch on the Black Mage. It's unfortunate, but we can bring it back up. Another swing. 2 for 155. Swirl comes out and says hi. Red Mage still on its feet. Brings up the Black Mage. More fade for 80. Another swing. There's no cure. Just more damage.
Speed and power.
More damage.
Speed and power. Hey, Warmech knows it.
Yeah.
Fast equals more speed and power.
Nuke. Heal 2. Okay, timely heal 2 there, but I'm still terrified. If those were both fades, we're probably out of this fight.
Opts for lit 2 and nuke, not fade to save the life charge.
Okay.
The boss gets the kill.
Okay. That's big. There's some really good levels there. There's a little bit of a clench, but I think we're all right now. This sets us up pretty well here to get through TI, I think, as well.
We have the life and life 2 in battle, I believe. Only got life 1, but it does the job. Get them back on their feet. Do we have some technical difficulties on Siberian Bull? Yes, we do. Okay. It's like, I don't see Siberian Bull forfeiting.
Yep. I was just taking a look myself. Okay.
Theanor going through ordeals as Mechlin gonna pick up the chime. And going for rub strats, that's interesting. Harm 4 for some damage. Ice 2 coming out from Tia. You know, I always had this this idea that Tiamat and Bahamut were divorced, and Tiamat got the Sky Palace, Bahamut got the Treasury, and it's like, then I found out that Bahamut and Tiamat in D&D are actually siblings.
Yeah.
She's the evil chromatic dragon, he's the platinum dragon. And since this is so based off D&D, no. I'm gonna keep my idea. It's so much more funny.
Thunder coming out here is a little spooky, but I think we're still fine. Yeah, enough stab from stab there. We're good. All right, adamant there for Franklin. That's about to be the pieces to their puzzle, so they'll be able to get their bottle, which will in turn lead them to the loot, which will in turn lead them to their go mode.
Meanwhile, Miss Scruffy Ninja 2 gets through that Tia fight is a kill of Kraken away from go. Would not even bother going to Waterfall at this point. Does not need the herb or the slab turn, and we have a defense sword, so we don't need the ruse stick. We don't have a ribbon yet, which would be nice to get, but we do have wall. We do have wall. There is a ribbon in the mermaid floor. The question is, are we going to open that box or not? I'm not sure. It wasn't even in a mermaid room. It was in a separate room. Siberian Bull going into the air, trying to assert dominance on Gaia, and nope. Scruffy Ninja Tuda going left side straight away. Yeah, we don't need anything over there. We know it's a lovely X-Cal. That means not the X-Cal, was what was it? The herb. So it means nothing. So all pedal to the floor. Let's go. Speed and power take the wheel. There's a hint for the X-Cal. Adorable. That loot puts Siberian Bull into effective go mode. Just needs those 3 orbs lit, and into Topher he will go. And got pretty good levels too, so just needs to knuckle down and really just lean into it here. They got all the tools. Likewise, Franklin gonna pick up that harmonica. Multi-instrumental Sarah is one of my favorite flags. Already has 3 orbs lit, just needs that kill on Tia, but is gonna check the Lefanian Superstore perhaps, or just see what the Lefanians have if this is our incentive ribbon.
Yeah, would like the ribbon. Roostick would be fine, but we don't want it. This could... no, we've already found the katana.
Tracker/restreamer Mechlin in chat saying this should be ribbon. Well, we shall see. And yes, you're
It is, okay. I don't mind tracking that down. That's 2 ribbons to none. So we'll see if that comes into play.
Mucho value. Taking advantage of the superstore, adding all but the Gaian magics to Lefane.
Alright, so Franklin's going to be pretty much a sky climb behind Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna as long as they get to their Kraken. This is a nasty 7-pack of lobsters here that have thunder, so this is not pleasant.
What happened to our Megaments? They become Wily bots.
We got very lucky there that those Latus did the job. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. They're ambush happy.
I think Franklin's looking for fast and temper.
Yeah, we're not going to find it there.
Level 8 fast.
It was Gaia. Or it wasn't Gaia, it was Lefane. That's awesome.
Hey, those thunder things you were talking about, they came in packs with other things, and they did bad things to Scruffy Ninja 2's party. And Scruffy Ninja 2 is going to say, I'm going to solo. Whether it works out or not, we shall find out.
I mean, this is a... Okay. So Giga giving us the updated sprites there for Siberian. So Cutman would be the fighter now. The white mage is now Iceman. Fireman would be the red mage, and Gutsman, Bomb Man there is going to be the black mage. Very cool. All right, Solo and Kraken, here we go. 3 hits for 206. Blaze is actually one of the better things we could see. Ink is also fine. More bonk. Damage poison is less fine. More bonk. Ink again. Time to swing. More blaze. Is this a non-melee Kraken? We'll never know.
No improved dark appears, which just makes it that much less of a pain to deal with ink.
Yeah, that is a terrifying flag, by the way. Kids ever seen a level 50 black belt miss?
Actually fixing broken mechanics in the game. I very much hope we get to experience the functional intelligence stat flag.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
There's a Masa for Franklin.
Yeah, that's a good weapon.
Meanwhile, Siberian Bowl onto the the Kraken floor as Scruffy Ninja 2 is going to be our first runner on stream to make their way into Topher. On very solid pace, just hitting that 50-minute mark and already being into Topher, fully equipped and promoted.
All right, kids, you ready for this? Look at this. We have ourselves a long Temple of Fiends. Remember that?
It's that thing we thought would never be back, but we had to do it anyways.
I personally think this is a great skill to have. It has really become... kind of the standard for most flag sets nowadays. I guess I'd call them modern flag sets to have either the short Topher or the mid Topher. But long Topher is a particular skill set that is really beneficial to learn. You'll find it specifically in very hard flag sets that the community puts out. It teaches you resource management. It teaches you how to path. It teaches a lot of things that are important. So I like that this is what we're doing here week 1. And personally, I think that we should have long Topher throughout the boot camp just to teach that skill.
I actually have to agree. Learning how you can grind in Topher, things like those Gasty or the Gasties, that's huge experience in a pack and getting multiple different good packs in those floors. We have a robot chicken sprite for the war mech on Franklin's side that just landed a vanilla-ish nuclear and left all the party members on a knee or on their face.
That's not good.
Nuke comes back. Doom gets all the experience, 47,000 experience, but Doom is also soloing against Tia, and I don't think that's doable.
How much Brack do we have? 6? No, go Brack! Do it! Oh dear. Okay, well, this is fine.
I love your optimism, but I totally get this play.
I do too. 100% I get it.
The risk of spending a minute and a half, 2 minutes warping out, going to healing.
Yeah.
Had just enough warp casts.
Yeah, it was meant to be. We're hanging on to those levels. It's the right decision, but I mean, there's something to be said for just throwing that defense sword on that black mage, trying to ruse once or twice, and throwing Brack in a prayer, but I totally get it.
Franklin doing the right thing, skipping Gaia and going straight to Crescent. Gaia's clinic is in the very top left of the map. It's the worst clinic to access. Crescent's is quite literally the easiest. So a very short flight difference, but much more time saved.
Yep. We got a Lich 2 on the screen, the Scourge, and the Evil first. Anyway, moving on.
The what?
I don't know. We're on Kelly's floor. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. We're gonna take these Agamas. Okay. I don't hate it.
I'll be honest. The quad Agamas, when you find them on Carrie's floor, they're not the hardest thing to take out at late game with spells. You do send some assets to get the kills, but they could make a difference. It's more valuable when you can do mostly just chop them up kind of things rather than spend critical spells, because these are very limited sweeper casts.
Yeah, Harm 4 and Lit 2s I think we can afford to spend because we do have the Fades and Nukes, but I mean, like I said earlier, this Long Topher will teach you resource management. So we'll see if that is a skill that these runners have developed here.
Another consideration you mentioned earlier, the lack of the thief makes it hard to run from these encounters, so it may be faster to take the fight and invest those assets. Also very true. A lot of decisions that come into play here when you're, in a race setting as opposed to running casually. So, every decision makes a difference. Masa 500, Rune Sword 200, Carry 2 dead, and Scruffy Ninja 2 already onto the seafloor at just over 54 minutes and counting. Franklin, meanwhile, in Sky on their way up yet again to face off Tia, hoping not to encounter a giant robot with nuclear weaponry.
Let's find out. If they hard reset going in and they took the same kind of path, they're on the same part of the encounter table, so let's find out.
They definitely didn't path the way to get the Masa this time, and that Nacho looks weirdly alien spacecrafty.
What a terrifying Nacho.
I would assume the alt sprite would just be a plate of nachos with tentacles sprouting out of it, but...
Alright, heal 2. Another swing by that Masa. Forward 265. Swing by that Rune Sword for 43. Ice 3 comes out. Does some more damage. Lit 2s. More swing, more Lit 2. Quad X, ineffective. That's ideal. Another swing. 3 hits, 187. Maybe time to switch to that katana. The Masa is, it's a good weapon, but it does not have much crit.
Scrappy Ninja on to Tia's floor. Meanwhile, Siberian Bolt and Franklin killing Tia 1. That puts Franklin in full go.
Yep.
Siberian just has to fast track that redive into Earth, where Thanor is currently plowing through the Earth armory floor. Map derp acquired by Franklin.
Alright, another Vampire Sparkle party pack here is not great. Alright, we got a Tiamat. We're gonna swing, we're gonna bonk. Okay, we're gonna bonk. We're gonna lock 2, I like it. We're gonna temper, we got 3 of those, they're precious. More lock, makes sense, and we're gonna wall, I like it. Lock goes off, power bomb goes off, wall goes off, very good. Tiamat punches 4 hits, 222 on that stabby stab. That's A little spooky, but I think we're okay so far. We're going to Cure 3. More Lock. Heal Strats. Okay. Heal 2. Okay. Swing. 5 hits, 419. Better. 4 hits, Dead Red Mage. Okay. Let's see. More Lit 2. We're going to cast Life, try to bring him back up. 5 hits, 654. That had that was a Tiamat that did not have much going for her.
Oh, she is down. Franklin into Topher as Scruffy Ninja Tutor shifts the party around. Is going to res up that front party member for the spellcast and the meat shielding.
Makes sense.
A Siberian Bull in Earth, actually in the Titans, or in the Hall of Giants, and finding some waters and taking some grind fights.
Okay.
Trying to get those charges, I can only imagine.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see what we got here. We have the lock going off. Now we're going to start spending those tempers. We're going to power bonk, and we're going to wall on the most important character. Timely wall, very good. Bonk for days. More temper. Fire 2 comes out. That is another good spell we like to see. Lock is good. Alright, we're going to temper. We're going to bonk. We're going to preemptively heal 2. Lock goes off. Bane. Bane clears half the party. But we got life. 5 hits, 690. Oh, wow. Red Mage still on their feet with 16 HP. More life. More heal 2. Swing. 5 hits, 631. Lit 2 comes out. Takes out the rest of the party. All right. One-on-one time. 5 hits, 616. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, finishing first place on stream. And thank you, our restreamer Mecklin, 4th overall with a time of 58 minutes, 29 seconds. GGs. That's a heck of a time.
Sub-hour is excellent. And we are joined in the booth by our winner on stream, Mr. Scruffy Ninja Tuna. GGs.
GGs.
GG. That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was some really quality routing there. I was very much liking the Ice Cave dive. Davian called that out, and then sure enough, you went right for it. Was that your plan right from the beginning, getting that canoe?
Yeah. Typically, whenever I don't have both TNT and Adamant, but I've got the canoe, I will go ahead and just do a whole clockwise sweep. I honestly just lucked out with some of the item placement.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely very kind with some of your routing there. You got the Adamant before everybody else there out of Ice Cave. You routed in a really good Volcano there. Got a few items. The Volcano was coming up dry for you until you had those back-to-back chests on the Agama floor that were pretty good. I think it was the Power Bonk and the Opal Cheerio in back-to-back boxes, which is pretty good.
Yes, I was so happy to see those. Like, the power at first was like, oh, great, now I don't have to worry about temper. And I got that Opal Oreo, and I was like, oh my gosh, my healer is saved.
Yep, definitely a good find.
Didn't hurt when the weapons rolled up amazing as well.
Oh, yeah.
Excal, we saw the Masa roll +7. Did you see that hint on the Masa, or did you not?
I did not. I didn't realize hints were on in this one. I just go to that one chest in Air on Habit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I figure it's right there, and might as well see if it's something, because, it was either herb, slab, or something useful.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last things that were available that anyone would pick up were the ruse stick and the ribbon. The slab and the herb turn in, I believe, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not to spoil anything, but I beat one of my buddies, Wind Fox, by about 5 seconds. And he is letting me hear it, I tell you.
Oh, Wind Fox. Be happy for your friends.
Yeah, that is dang close. On that note, we should point out Fry Teeth, our winner overall, with the 5240, right behind Woo Bear at 5314, Chanigan at 5710,
Slow.
Scruffy Ninja Tuda, obviously picking up the 58.29, and then at 34, as you said, 5 seconds behind is Winfox. GG's Winfox.
Yeah. GG's Winfox. Shout out to Chanigan, solo fighter. Dude, I wonder if Woo Bear went solo fighter and Fry Teeth as well. Like, you guys are animals.
Man, I don't think I'd be able to survive that kind of seed on just a solo character unless it was like super pimped out thief with a really good bonus.
This fighter with the legendary weapons could do it. Like, they're very strong. They got a lot of great gear. The things that were pretty free on the way. The dragon armor was free in Volcano. The X-Cow was essentially free. So you could do it with the fighter, but it's, to your point, like, it'd be a lot safer with a with a thief.
Oh man, that's why I had to thank the RNG gods out there, because as you guys saw, I came so close to death so many times.
So how did you enjoy the early encounters outside of Canaria? They seemed really brutal.
Yeah.
Especially the Gur-Wolf packs and the ogres, the cremate quad-X ogres.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw those too, and I was fretting, because I was like, alright, this is going to be a pain getting out of here. I was just thankful that there was an encounter chain of like 3 within 6 steps of each other. So once I knew I was on that one, I could just save and then just do a soft reset out of it.
That is actually one advantage you got by doing that right side rotation of the map.
Mm-hmm.
Other runners were doing the back and forth Provoca to dwarves and had to deal with those encounters. So,
Yep.
Small bonuses.
Yep, that was really good routing. I liked that quite a bit. It just kind of worked out for you. You got the canal even on your way to get the ship. It was just really very fortunate, like you said, that the items placement where they did for you.
That's right, I've burned through all the luck I've built up, so next one I play is going to be terrible.
Welcome to the community.
Yay!
Chanigan in chat pointing out he's the only one who did the solo fighter of the crew. The others went to multi-class.
Rubes and Saracen also did it. I see. So Fry Teeth went fighter, white mage, black mage, black mage. That's a solid party. That's the party I probably would have taken. Winfox, fighter, none, red mage, black mage. Also a very solid party. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so Franklin on to Chaos. Lots of swinging going on. I think this Chaos did not have much above 1500 HP or so. And there it is, 8 hits, 627. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out for Franklin Radical Nerd, finishing second place on stream, 6th overall. Thank you, Mecklin, with a time of 104.14. GGs.
And we are joined in the booth by Franklin. GG's.
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 So what'd you think? How'd the seed go there?
That was a fun seed.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bit nervous at the end, though, because I forgot to equip the Katana +7 on the Knight before going to Chaos. Before showing the party was pretty strong once I remembered that the fighter had white mage magic. I'm used to the Dark Knight.
It's definitely an interesting change to get it back to, like, the vanilla aspect of the regular White Knight and the Black Ninja, but it's an interesting wrinkle, like you said, from the last tournament to have the Black Knight.
I have to ask, Franklin, did you at all consider not warping out of Sky when you lost everything but the Black Mage?
I spent... That was an interesting decision. I spent about 5 seconds on it and decided that I needed to go with my gut. But I thought it would be cool to have the Black Mage escape like that all on its own.
Just enough charges, really well. 40k experience gain. Yeah, get out.
Yeah, I think that helped to get you your fast charges too. Yeah, so that was huge. Chad and myself were calling for you to walk in there with Brack, but we understood.
Yeah, I could have put the defense sword on it and then used Brack, but I already got that with Kraken, and I was really, really happy about Cape on Lich, because I was not sure how I was going to take it on otherwise. It would have been a bit of an Ocelotto paradox situation if It didn't land. And I actually remember to use Doom Magic this time. Even though I got the worst Doom Magic possible.
Alright, Siberian Bull pulling their Kraken. Kraken didn't have a whole lot going on. They had some thickness to them. That was really about it. Lots of swing-ins, lots of damage here. Heal 3s. So, did want to ask you, Franklin, that you tracked down that slab there, which turned into the ribbon. Were you looking for that second ribbon since you already had that defense sword for a little bit of added security? I think you were the only one that found the ribbon on Mermaid's floor as well.
I was the only one to find the Mermaid's floor ribbon?
Yeah.
Well,
everybody else didn't go that side, I think, for the most part.
Or rather, carbonate it.
That made us very happy on stream. Thank you, thank you.
But I did want to have that second ribbon. I had Process of Elimination, knew that it was going to be the ribbon at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And since I had the dragon armor, which seems to keep popping up early in these seeds, which is really nice, I knew that the fighter already had like a half of a ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if I can get a full ribbon on the party, that'd be really good. I also had a fun time taking the scenic route in ice.
Yep. Alright, Siberian pulling up their TL, walls going off, power bonks going off, slow too. We didn't see that the first time around, but it hits the, character that didn't mean a whole lot.
Suboptimal menuing, having the power bonk not in the top slot.
Mm-hmm.
One of the many things that we will be teaching, or we teach, is optimal placement of items. There's even a new flag that was recently added that allows you to relocate your magic. It's not enabled in this, but we have it in the randomizer, so there'll be an option of shuffle around your spells.
That reminds me, I wasted like 30 seconds trying to shuffle around my magic and remembering what button it was.
And then finding out it didn't work.
Yeah, it's a start button, I think, right?
Yeah, and I was pressing it and it wasn't working, and I realized that it had still been off. I thought it got turned back on, but I guess not.
Airs, terrifying.
My dad chases tornadoes for fun. He would not have be fun. He would not find airs fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the first long puppets where I remembered everything. That was fun.
Alright, so Siberian pulling up the chaos here, rezzing the party. Bane was the real spooky thing that this chaos had. So we'll see. We can get a timely wall. It might be okay. I'm gonna swap. Oh no! Oh, he switched to the silver hammer. Oh dear.
That's not a katana.
No.
Or a masa.
No. We're about to have some bad news when we take a swing. Oh dear.
Enough bonks will overcome.
It will. It will. Enough bonks will get you through anything. Alright, so all we gotta do, we gotta, get our invises off, get our evasion up, make sure we get wall on that night, and, we can make this work.
I've seen silver axes +4 kill a chaos.
Yeah. I've done it with a silver dagger +2 once. It can be done. Enough bonks will get you through anything.
It's good to know I'm not the only one who messed up switching to the katana.
Yeah, for sure.
I unfortunately never found the katana.
Alright, we're out of nukes. Okay, fade for 81. We're gonna show the Masa to Chaos and wish we were swinging it. 4 hits, 69 damage. That's some bad news. Okay, so 3 hits, 32. 3 hits, 100. Vorpal, fire 3. I think I might be bonking more here. You get that fighter's got just enough survivability. If you get like 3 or 4 more bonks on it, you might do a couple hundred per swing. Oh gosh. You know what? I cannot blame Siberian for the reset there. One bit. Goodness. Oh, man. Chaos, you jerk. So Chaos had Cure 4, Mechlin. Yeah. Oh, man. Alright, so back in we go. We have the knowledge, we have the information, we know we do not need to equip that silver hammer this time.
Hello, by the way.
Hello, Giga. Thavian had to take off, everybody. He's very tired. Thank you to Thavian for joining me. Giga so graciously said that he would jump in and chat with me. You know, Ninja Tuna, Franklin, you guys got anything you want to share too? Feel free. Mechlin, you're out there too. Why not?
Absolutely. Good to be here, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just glad that I found that war mech and it didn't destroy all 4 of my people. Just 3 of them.
You only need 1.
And I wish everyone the best in chicken hunting.
Alright, tough break for Siberian there, but I think they feel pretty good about what they know they have to do.
Right, not change your weapon.
Yeah, not change to the silver hammer.
Especially not the silver hammer.
Definitely not the silver hammer, yeah. Long
Would
Topher
that be...
too.
Is that the worst weapon that they have in their inventory? Do you think?
Probably. I think I'd even use that scimitar +3 over that silver hammer. So even if we still have that from the shop, yeah, that silver hammer is probably the worst thing in there. When nothing can roll negative either. So I think you're right. Yeah, that's icky.
Really, just an unfortunate menu.
Yeah, it is. It happens, and this is my brain right here too. Like I was watching everybody walk this earth floor. I'm like, why is everybody going the long way? And completely forgetting that this is the correct way in Long Topher, as I was just singing how it's a skill everybody needs to learn. Oh, man. Yeah, Saracen confirming Silverhammer is absolute trash.
I don't play the game, I just click the buttons. I wouldn't... I do know the way through regular Topher, just from playing the original. I'm not sure of the differences between all the Tophers.
So, short Topher, very simple. Walk through the teleporter, puts you right onto Chaos's floor. That one's easy. The mid Topher is pretty cool, though. Mid Topher removes the few floors after the teleporter, and then adds in a couple of shortcuts on, the floors that are a little bit longer, like the Lich floor, the Kelly floor, the Kraken floor. TF floor is already very short, so no edits to that map. But it's become kind of like, the standard for most flag sets is that mid-Topher. It's a good balance of difficult, but not overly punishing should a wipe happen.
Right. Speed Bump 2 just got taken down.
It did. I mean, was he there? I wasn't paying attention.
If you look down.
Yeah. You look on the floor, you can see us stepping over them. Poison Touch Agamas. That's also, fun. Shout out to Pure putting in work here. Siberian, the little scene Pure by right there, and it's magic that's doing its job.
Unfortunately, most of the party getting hit with blindness there.
Yeah.
There's no real way to cure blindness, is there?
Lamp and Cure 4 are really the only ways to do it, but there is no item.
I don't think Siberian Bull has any way to do that at the moment.
No, Cure 4 we saw at level 8. Lamp we saw... Let me check where that was. I think it was level 4? No, it was level 3, but to your point, I don't think we took the time to go back and buy that.
This is kind of standard, isn't it? Just running away from everything on the water floor.
I mean, at this point, yeah, it's terrible floor to hang on, especially with those thunder lobsters out there.
We are running into a little bit of technical difficulties again. But this is about standard. It's been about standard for Siberian Bull.
Yeah.
For the entire run.
Yep, I'd say so.
I mean, I've been tracking for him. This is standard.
So while Siberian's stream is doing its hiccups here, let's talk with Franklin and Ninja Tuna a little bit here. So the first race of Duckling Boot Camp, how do you guys feel it went during week 1? I mean, clearly, pretty good night for Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, but how did you guys feel about the seed, the flags, anything you could take away from this?
I need to get used to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I really like ordeals, especially when it's not airboat and you have early warp. I don't remember what it was there. But
we have a list. The cube was at ordeals.
Okay, I'm having a little bit of feed bleed. I ran the async right before this. Was this the run that I did it really fast, or the one I did it really slow?
That's a good question.
Because on one of these 2 runs, I had to reset out, but on the other one, I went right through.
This was a fast ordeal. This was the first pillar, and everybody just picked the right way through. This is like a 20-second ordeals.
Okay, yeah. I want to say for all the ducks watching, if you have warp, canoe, canal, and ship, always consider an early ordeals if it's incentivized.
Yep. Alright, Siberian pulling chaos again. X-Cal stays on. 4 hits, 406. A big roll nuke for 390. Oh no, poison smoke. Black Mage, can you get us there? 306. Oh my god, Rub. Come on.
Admirable that Siberian Bull is going straight back in. I would have DQ'd there.
They know they're going to be able to get through this. This Temple of Fiends did not have much in the way of resistance. It had a Chaos that's a big jerk. It had Cure 4. It had Bane. It's just rude.
It looks like I narrowly avoided the worst of Chaos.
Yeah. He had a little bit of rudeness to him. Not much HP, so if you could find a way to punch him down pretty quick, you were okay, but, Chaos always does have a myriad of garbage that he can throw at you.
Oh, Mr. Scruff Tuna, what were you talking about before we talked over each other?
Oh, no problem. I was saying that I just need to learn to be a little bit more confident in not grinding and less looting. I figure that's kind of the main thing that I need to try and learn during boot camp is what time it's adequate to start looting for stuff and figure out what really is the best group of enemies to attack or even grind on.
We will definitely be covering that in the upcoming weeks for sure. So. Excellent. It's definitely a fine line, I have a loot goblin that lives inside me. I like opening boxes. It took me very long to learn how to curb that skill and learn how to, when to call it quits, because I'm always under the impression that next box is going to have exactly what I'm looking for.
As I recall, regarding good things to grind on, the Agamas, the Eye.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the Eye in the Ice Cave where it's supposed to be in vanilla.
Yep. Agama was also in the Ice Cave, so let's think for a second here while Siberian's going through. So the Eye tile, it's obviously kind of like the gold standard for vanilla tiles that you want to find, as long as they don't have vanilla scripts, blah, blah, blah. Agama tile is probably a very close second. I am a big fan of the double or single zombie dragon tile that appears in Ordeals. That one can be very lucrative. The red dragon on a single tile is fine, but dragons tend to be very evasive, especially the red dragons. They can, avoid a lot of hits, and they tend to be pretty quick. So take them as you were. And then it's not great, but the Gershark Wizhag tile is fine. And the 1-3 water tiles is also fine. But, once we get into B-side tiles, that's when the real fun stuff kind of happens. Saracen set on the Eitel solo for level 40. That makes sense. I mean, a level 40 fighter is going to melt everything in front of them here.
Even the giant groups?
Well, maybe at that point they have enough, morale that they might be running from you. But there's a chance that you still run into those 6 waters that will kill you.
At least the solo fighter, if you do run a solo fighter, does have the benefit of not menuing as much.
That's true. God, these lobsters are just the worst. Oh my god. Ambushing thunder lobsters. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was another group that I was just terrified of dying at in that freaking dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Lobsters are rude to begin with, so when they have a skill like Thunder right off the get, like it's just like, oh no, you're gonna hit me really hard, and you're also gonna kill me with magic. That's terrifying. All right, Black Mage taking a nap here for Siberian. Damage poison as well on this Kraken. That's cute. Swing from the Vorpal. More Excal. Excal, please.
For those of us less in the know, what exactly is damage poison? Does it not inflict anything? It just says poison?
Yep, it just says poison. There's 2 different kinds of poison casts in the game. There's damage poison, which we just saw, which will just do a flat amount of damage to your party members. I want to say it's between 100 and 300, I think, is the random roll. Someone who's much smarter than me can maybe throw that in chat. As opposed to stone poison, which is also an AoE spell, but instead of doing damage to your party, it has the chance to turn them to stone. Both are really bad. Yeah, both are very bad.
Poison is a status effect in this game. Is there no poison attack that inflicts poison?
So, funny enough, Stinger will inflict poison.
But, not an attack titled poison.
Yeah, no. If something has poison touch, maybe, but there is no actual attack that an enemy will do that is straight a poison attack.
That is silly.
Isn't it? Really restricted by the code we had back in the 80s.
That doesn't sound like a code restriction. That sounds like an oversight.
That could also very well be. A lot of this was broken and didn't work back in the day, so,
Yeah.
They just kind of forgot. Alright, 3rd time's a charm, Siberian. I feel really good about this one. You had it, if it wasn't for that untimely Bane last time. Alright, we're gonna bonk. We're gonna invis. I hope we walled on that fighter. We did. Beautiful. Ah, Fellison, thank you. So damage poison was the gas dragons in vanilla, and the chimeras had stone poison. The chimera, the one of the rarer enemies in the game that are only appear in Temple of Fiends Revisited. Quite rude. Alright, more Invis coming out. There's the Bane. Bane takes out 2 of the magic casters, but we got the wall off. I'm pretty sure we got a temper or 2 off. And I know we got an Invis off or 2. So, let's see.
I believe the red mage does have life.
Oh, that's true. They also do have life. Yeah, let's bring him back up. No, we're gonna... okay, well, that was cute. Rub says no. 5 hits, 637 says we're doing better, though. Another swing. 4 hits, 416. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Siberian Bull, finishing 3rd place on stream, 9th place overall, with a time of 1:26:59 GGs. And I got you, Siberian. Welcome to the booth. GGs.
I was not RNG blessed.
Unfortunately, no. You caught some of the worst of that chaos with the Cure 4 that I think you were the only person to see.
Well, it also didn't help that, when going through my menuing to equip stuff, because I was trying to give the massa at the end there to my fighter. What did I give it? The freaking hammer.
Yeah, it was
that doesn't help.
A very strong in thought and name only silver hammer.
So yeah, no.
Yeah, it happened.
And the only really goof I felt I did in that season, I didn't know I had the rod on hand when I went down to Earth. Like, okay, I gotta go find the rod somewhere else. I didn't know I didn't even know I had the rod on hand. That's why you saw a double dip.
Oh, that makes sense now. Okay, I've done that before too. Like, it happens. You go down there without the rod, and you're like, oh, I got a double dip, and you're like, oh wait, I had it all along. So
yeah.
It happens.
Aside from that, the only real thing I was hoping to find was fast. When I found that +2 warp, I was like, all right, I'm good. I got this. That's all I wanted was a fast, because I was just going to check a few incentivized chests and just go. But there was no fast, so I ended up walking into both that Massa and the X-Cal. I was like, all right, everyone's going to have a sword except for the White Mage.
Yeah. Very strong melee weapons here. X-Cal +3, Massa +7. There was a Katana +7 out there as well. Some people found.
Yeah.
Vorpal +2. So yeah.
I saw people talking about the Katana 7. I was like, oh well. I really just wanted the fast. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It was level 8, so it was there. It existed. So it's unfortunate, but sometimes magic rolls that way. What can you do?
Oh well.
And we will give a shout out to Theanara. They had a DNF earlier. A little bit of rudeness for them. It's understandable. But GG's to them as well. We can sit here for a little bit, so why don't we kind of spin around these final thoughts and get things tossed around here. Let's start with our first place on stream, 4th overall tonight, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. GG's and final thoughts.
Best thing I can take from this is to thank Jesus, RNGesus, for letting me live. And just to play it safe. I mean, just make sure I get the right spells that'll help keep my team alive when I need to.
From my perspective, a pox on you, sir.
Some really good routing tonight too. Definitely going to be a nice watch back for you. I was very, very impressed with the routing. Nice early ice cave dive. So well played tonight. Definitely. Franklin, 2nd place on stream, 6th place overall. GG's and final thoughts.
That was a very fun first racetime.gg race. I look forward to the rest of boot camp and very much the derby.
Definitely.
Specifically with the seed. That was a fun seed, and I did some quirky things I don't normally do, and it worked out.
Yeah, this is definitely a fun seed to watch from our end. I know Thavian had a good time. Like I said, he had to leave a little early, so thank you to Giga for jumping in here and chatting the last little bit with me. So it was fun from our end, so definitely glad you guys have fun playing it. And Siberian, you want to round us out here. 3rd place on stream, 9th overall, 1st in our hearts. RNG be damned. GG's and final thoughts.
I swear, every time I get to come on stream, I have some kind of RNG mishap. That just puts me in the hole there that I'm in. But you know what it is what it is. I just hope the rest of it looked well. But Maybe I'll watch it back.
Yeah, you ran into some tough RNG there. You ran a really great race. You guys were all pretty close there at the end. You just kind of had the RNG get you there at the wrong times, but that does not detract from the great work you did tonight. Definitely watch it back. I thought your routing was crisp. I thought you made a lot of good decisions. So it was a really good race overall. Giga, Mechlin, if you're out there too, any final thoughts you guys want to share?
Not really.
Fair enough. Mechlin, you got anything you want to share with us? Since we'll toss it around to everybody here in the booth that's joining.
Just GG's to everybody that came out and ran tonight. It was a good performance from everybody, I think. There was some bad RNG, but, you know, that is the game. That is the game that we choose to play, so... yeah, that's all.
Yeah, agreed. RNG be rude sometimes, but you know that's why we play the game. We learn, we have fun. Thank you to the 4 runners on stream tonight. Thank you to everybody who participated in the race tonight. Thank you to the crew who joined me in the booth: Fabian Hawk on comms, Mechlin on the restream, and the double duty with the clicky buttons, and Giga for jumping in also with the double duty with the clicky buttons and then the talk at the end. Thank you to our own channel, Final Fantasy Randomizer, for hosting us, and thank you to chat for joining us tonight. Next event thing we have going on, I think the next race that is being put out is going to be the Sunday night reveal stream for week 2, if I'm not correct. I believe. I don't think we have any weekly races going on right now, do we? Oh, there's a Thursday. Okay, perfect. There is a Thursday.
Wednesday night we have the 200 class, and then Thursday night should be another pickup race.
Very good. Awesome. Love to see the pickup races starting up again. There's a little bit of like a lull period after the winter tournament while people kind of like, you know, go through the brackets and all that. So it's good to see people getting out there again and races going on. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We're going to go on and get out of here. Congratulations again to our runners on stream. And thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And with that, we're going to head on out of here. So ciao and chillax, everybody. Final Fantasy Randomizer fam, we gone.